Let's learn about more transgender history in gaming.
Ooh, transgender history in gaming. Let's do this. I'm feeling jazzed.
And this time I want to talk about trans mask history. So we know that the first transgender character was brought out in 1987, and she was a trans woman.
Well, according to this Medium article, which is a freaking 14-minute read, Birdo is not trans. And they're fairly progressive throughout this really ridiculous long article that just sounds like it should not exist at all and could have been done a lot shorter in a 5-minute video.
But what about trans men in gaming? Where have we been?
Oh, you're trans? I honestly would have never been able to tell at all. Like, at all. Not even a little. Well, it kind of makes sense seeing as you label yourself a catboy on your TikTok profile. That's not weird at all.
Well, that question led me down a bit of a rabbit hole. Would you believe me if I told you that while we had Birdo in 1987, we didn't have a canonical trans man character until 2014? Yeah, 2014.
I never knew. Those ruffians. How dare they not give us a trans character for that long? They should be ashamed of themselves.
So our first trans mask character in video game history was Krem in Bioshock Inquisition. It's really interesting that the first ever trans mask character was in a AAA studio game. And Google will have you believe that the first AAA studio game to have that title is Tell Me Why, but they're off by several years with this one.
That's just terrible.
Personally, though, I believe that there must be an example of an earlier trans mask character in games, but probably from a game not released in the West.
And I'm sure you're going to spend days, weeks, maybe even years trying to find out if that answer is true. Because you need to see yourself in every little piece of media, you poor, poor sod. Well, thank you for joining me in this weird little walk through identity politics and gaming. These people are weird. And it is our job to point out how weird they are. Yes, gaming's for everyone. Yes, everyone can play a game, and even people like them should be allowed to have whatever game they want. But these are the people that are so desperate to find themselves in any little piece of media that they won't stop until they get all the representation they can possibly have. All of it. Meanwhile, people like you and I, straight people like me, possibly LGBT people like you who are rational thinking, we're just like, give us a good story. If they're gay, they're gay. If they're straight, they're straight. We don't give a crap. Remember to be good to one another because life is way too short as it is. Yes, I had to do multiple takes of that. Goodbye, y'all. Take care. And in my defense, it is like 6:40 in the morning.